U.S. wishes Airways to reinforce assist for stranded, not on-time passengers. Washington Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg has advised the 10 largest U.S. airlines to do more to help stranded and delayed passengers, calling the extent of disruption travelers have confronted this summer as unacceptable. Buttigieg, who has faced stress from U.S. lawmakers who want airlines to provide higher service or face stiff fines, has clashed with foremost U.S. airlines over who is to blame for tens of thousands of flight delays and cancellations this summer. In letters to important, local and low-cost service leader executives made public Friday, Buttigieg stated his department, USDOT, is taking into consideration alternatives to write new regulations that might in addition extend the rights of airline passengers. He urged Airways to make sure good enough offerings for passengers facing delays and cancellations, asking them, at a minimum, to offer meal vouchers for delays of 3 hours or greater and accommodations for people who must wait in a single day because of disruptions in the services manipulate. Regardless of the purpose of the delays or cancellations, the department expects airlines to offer well-timed and responsive customer support in the course of and after intervals of flight disruptions, Buttigieg wrote. Most U.S. airlines offer food or resort rooms in the event that they cancel or delay flights if they may be to blame for disruptions, but they are no longer legally required to accomplish that. Passengers are regularly not aware about airline guidelines. Trade organization Airlines for America said providers would paintings with the branch to provide transparency for visitors. Airlines want travelers to have a secure, seamless and effective journey revel in and are working toward that intention every day, it stated in an assertion. In his letter, Buttigieg stated he liked steps Airways had taken to improve carrier, however that the extent of disruption U.S. guests have faced this summertime is unacceptable. He said that within the first 6 months, roughly 24% of the domestic flights of U.S. Airways had been not on time and 3.2% have been canceled. Complaints to USDOT from airline passengers have soared this year. USDOT plans by way of September 2 to create an interactive dashboard for air vacationers to evaluate offerings or amenities that each of the large U.S. airways offer when the cancellation or postpone become due to occasions in the airlines manage. Buttigieg met sincerely with airline CEOs beforehand of the busy July 4 tour weekend to pressure them to carry out better, set greater realistic schedules and said the airline industry is largely chargeable for the journey woes. Airlines say they have got voluntarily reduced flights to improve provider, ramped up hiring and argue that insufficient air site visitors managed staffing has mechanically impacted flights. The airline alternate group mentioned information pronouncing 63% of the cancellations for the primary 5 months of 2022 were because of weather or national airspace troubles. On Monday, hundreds of flights had been delayed at 3 essential New York City area airports after the Federal Aviation Administration (FAA) said staffing problems and stated delays could approach hours. USDOT is drafting more than a few of latest airline purchaser rules, inclusive of requiring refunds for delayed luggage. In June, the enterprise warned it could prohibit airlines from charging more charges to allow young kids to sit down subsequent to accompanying circle of relatives members.